Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We've got a single game here today. Not going to be doing a series because tomorrow is the ASL. It's the round of 16. You know what that means? Lots of best of threes, and I'll probably end up losing my voice or getting close to it, so I'm going to be careful here today. We have a bit of a special game for your guys' viewing pleasure. It's Bonyth down here in the bottom right hand corner versus TY. We've got a big up-and-coming Terran player versus a storied BSL champion. Bonyth has been BSL champion more times than I care to count. He is practically the top Protoss player outside of Asia. He is a Polish player, and he regularly goes up against DeWalt in the finals of the BSL, excuse me. And so, you know, he is a very, very strong player. Will definitely put up a good fight for us here against TY, but can he take down a Korean pro player the caliber of TY? We've seen what TY can do. When it comes to drop play, he is kind of unrivaled, but hasn't been able to put all the pieces together to become something like an ASL champion. Might do so in the future. Certainly wouldn't put that past him. Being a Starcraft 2 champion for such a long time. That was a little bit of a funny interaction there. Marine just barely slipping between the gap right as the Zealot was starting to attack. It looked like a canceled attack animation. Maybe thinking that the attack animation wasn't going to go off and pulling back. The Zealot has done no damage, but it's not a complete loss. He's going to be able to run on back home, and with the Dragoon popping out here soon, should be able to keep that alive. And in fact, it looks as though he will. That Zealot can be used a little bit later on with the Reaver when the shuttle comes out, and can possibly help to break a position or kill a couple of turrets when we reach that phase of the game. First Dragoon is out here, manages to find the Vulture in the middle of the map. Puts a little damage on that, but nothing to write home about. Vulture gonna escape to a safe spot out of the view here for Bonyth, and Bonyth does need to be a little bit careful with these first Dragoons as he moves up into this Robotech behind this. Making some tanks here. TY not going to go directly into Starport to try and get some drop play going. We've seen that quite a bit lately from Terran pros, is just continuous Vulture production into a lot of mines around the map, and then a drop to follow it up. Keep things scrappy and keep the opponent guessing. We haven't seen as many tank pushes like this, but it's still definitely a thing in this matchup. Some players opting to go this style, but pretty much all Terrans getting a little bit aggressive in the early game, it seems. You know, wanting to get in there and just see what the Protoss player is producing by sacrificing some of these Marines and Vultures. As long as the tank doesn't die, it should be just fine. And there goes the tank. Oh my goodness. This spoke too soon. Tank is dead. And so TY is in a bit of a tough spot. No, not gonna sugarcoat it there. No two ways about it. You lose your first tank in TVP, you don't feel too good about yourself. It is what it is. Gonna go ahead and clear this with a Zealot so that he can immediately start to push with the Observer. Does lose the majority of that health, but Zealot has served his purpose. What was that Zealot from earlier? That failed to do damage against the Marines. Has now sacrificed his life for ire to clear the mines and clear the way for this third Nexus gateway over here at the natural. Gonna be protecting Bonyth against a counterattack as these vultures make their way in. Dragoons coming up to the front. Will he be able to dive this bunker? It looks like he's gonna target down SCVs here. Two go down extremely fast. And will be able to pick that bunker off. Very interesting little bust here by Bonyth. Finding the timing to break in and threaten the tanks here. Siege mode is so close to finishing. Looks like it is going to finish here in just a moment. And as that siege mode finishes, Bonyth will back away. So that was a cute play. No, I really do like that. It was pretty clear that TY was trying to buy time with those vultures by running around the back and looking for counter damage, but I like the idea of just going with the Dragoons at that moment and putting down a gateway here to defend. Really did work out well for him. Gets him a few kills, a few SCV kills, and the opportunity to maybe pick off some tanks as well. It didn't end up working out that way, but was a pretty slick move here, and he's kind of capitalized on that early tank that died. With that one tank going down, he knew the front wouldn't be as strong. Now, TY has just continuously made tanks from the very beginning. He's only made a few vultures, and he's kept most of them alive, only sacrificing a couple. Now we're going to push forward here with a very good number of tanks. Bonyth not able to react in time, despite having the observer here. Looks like he was doing something else back at home. And so we'll lose a Dragoon. CC on the way here. Looks like he's going to try and take a pretty aggressive CC. Only 2 gateways are done, with gateway 3 and 4 finishing up. Bonyth really doesn't have a timing, I think, to try and break this. Might get the barracks. That is nice. Killing off the barracks right as the factories are being made. So TY just able to get his factory production going. This is a very aggressive and risky play from TY, taking his third CC on just 2 factories and then going to 5 factory afterwards. He was opening himself up to a potential bust, but since Bonyth wasn't prepared to bust him open at this juncture, looks like he is going to get away with this. If this was, you know, best with his signature early zealot speed style, I forget the name of the building right now. Citadel of Adun, I believe. He might have been able to just run this over. You can see there's quite a few tanks, but hardly any fodder for this army. Hardly any vultures here just yet. And that's just a result of having these extra factories added on so late. Got 3, 4, and 5, and then he's going to be adding on some more here in just a second. I'm going to go up to about probably 9 factories afterwards. I don't know if he's going to try to throw down a starport, get into science facility at this point. Seems like he's not really interested in going that direction just yet. You can see zealot speed coming up right now, but it is a tad bit late to try and break this third. If Bonyth wants to win this game, he's probably going to have to go and take another main base. And look at that, air weapons on the way with a Stargate coming up here. So he's opted, rather than try to expand out, take another main, to switch techs into something that can stand toe-to-toe against what his opponent is doing. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out, though. The scan could reveal this and put Bonyth in a very bad position. There are a ton of units here, and he's going to have the opportunity to do something, to try something at 1-1 with a very high supply. Now, he's not going to have really the greatest of upgrades, of course. TY won't. But he is going to have a lot of stuff. A lot of production and a lot of stuff. And there's not going to be a whole lot to actually stop that from coming. Vultures going out on the map. Goliaths as well. Looks like an attempted drop at the natural, but that's going to be turned around here. Oh, the Goliaths! Oh, so close. DY almost catches that on the exit. That could have been kind of lights out here for Bonyth had that pair of shuttles been caught. We might have seen a full unsiege and go at that moment. I did hear a scan, but I'm not sure exactly where it went down. It was a little bit slow on the reaction there. Observer, Dragoons moving into position. Is going to be able to protect this mineral line for now. About 70 workers on either side and still no starport. Oh no, there's the starport. Okay, starport's here. Second armory is on the way. Army is looking truly scary at this point. That is so many tanks. And we're going to have to see Bonyth trade here pretty darn well if he wants to win in the upcoming battle. He's got 10 zealots on the way. Yeah, he has to trade pretty well here if he wants the carrier transition to do anything. Now, the carrier transition is going to be particularly strong because there's no +2. And +2 on the Goliaths is kind of a break point where the Goliaths start to do way more damage and are able to clear the... Oh my god, he picked up the Reavers. Oh, jeez. Wow. I guess I'll talk about the upgrades. +2 is where the Goliaths are able to clear interceptors a heck of a lot faster, so it makes an absolutely massive difference. He starts that +2 now, but it's not going to be online for quite some time. He's moving to take a 4th base. I don't think he knows that carriers are coming here, guys. When will he figure this out? He's scanning around the map, but I'm not sure he's seen it. And there's already 3 carriers out here, about to be 6. +2 attack starts on the carriers as well. And TY is just slowly pushing into the middle of the map with a huge maxed out army. Now, maxed out army can actually work against you in a situation like this. This huge, huge army of TY could actually hinder him from making Goliaths once he reveals the carrier tech. So because he's 200-200 with mostly Zealots, or with mostly Vultures, excuse me, to deal with the Zealots, this could be a very big problem for him. Oh boy, is he actually going to see the carriers finally? He runs into the natural, and then the carriers are revealed. This attack, this counter here, is just trying to buy some time for the carriers to finish up. Those next 3 carriers are about to be done here. But a few probes end up going down. This army is just trying to run through the area here. Dragoons are going to pull back for now. He's at least forced TY onto the back foot as he brings out his carrier armada. But he's lost a good chunk of his ground forces. Just 168 supply with this next rally. Next round of units being produced. 6 carriers with 3 more on the way. A 4th Stargate has also finished up, and +1 armor is going to be coming online here soon. Goliaths still waiting on that +2 attack. It's taking them quite some time to finish that upgrade. And in fact, the carrier number is now so strong. It's going to be quite the challenge here for TY to win this game. He's still got the massive tank force. It's going to be prohibitively difficult for Bonyth to approach. But can he get on top of it as it moves into position? I'm gonna try to send a probe to bottom left. That's definitely not gonna stick. Great volley here. Killing off 4 Dragoons at the same time, immediately expanding over towards the top right. A very smart move here from TY. Really understanding the situation that he's been given. In that, as long as he keeps pressure over here and forces the carriers to be present, it'll be very hard for Bonyth to attack these other bases. A long tank line has made its way over to this bottom right, and it's dealing quite a lot of damage, but those are all 3 tanks now. We did end up losing some Dragoons, but won't end up losing anything more to this. Just target down the tanks that are targeting his Nexus, and he should be able to return to mining here in a moment. Getting trapped between 2 different armies, though. He's going to be losing quite a few Dragoons on that left-hand side. Does he have enough units here at the rally point, plus the carriers to push through? That's quite a lot of Zealots. I think there might be a Reaver in here, too. Oh, my gosh. Diving right on top of the carrier. Looks like he's going to get 1. Trading that out for the Science Vessel. Bonyth coming out now with the Zealots. It'll look to start clearing out these tanks. Tactically, the moves this game have been very sound for Bonyth, but the execution is where the rubber hits the road in these games. Not able to save that base down at 6 o'clock, so going down to almost no real mining here as these bases run out. He's going to be on 1 base economy before you know it, so needing to take a fight here. Bonyth going to head up towards top right. Let's see if TY can intercept him. But a lot of Dragoons are here at the front. Tanks sieging up at the back as well. Tanks going to be targeted down by these carriers. Dragoons just fighting straight up against Goliaths, and these Goliaths are not very well upgraded as of yet. Only +2 and no +3 on the way, by the way. I'm gonna try to dive on top of these carriers, but the Goliaths, the Dragoons are doing a lot of damage. One of these carriers survives with 32 HP, and Bonyth is starting to break through. The 8 carrier count is quite scary, and he's gonna go for possibly the snipe on the CZ. Turning to fight now with the Dragoons. Doesn't want to give up that ground army if he can avoid it. Pushing up onto that high ground. He's now in the pocket in the top center. Very difficult location to push the Protoss out of. Does lose 1 carrier, but I believe he's finished up multiple more. 2 more back at home. Looks like he will be killing this top center. Needs to rotate towards this other base, though, soon. Prevent more units from being made and more income from being sucked up here by those SCVs. Dragoons gonna move to the right-hand side as he backs onto this impassable terrain, barely not losing that 1 carrier. 2 of these carriers are incredibly low right now. About 68 health apiece, 5 HP, and it goes down. Losing a single carrier there, but winning the battle and pushing even further forward. He's getting into the rally point now of TY, but TY is actually building another base in top right now. Oh my goodness. Another carrier goes down, but 2 more come to join. More Dragoons are falling here, but the tank number is small, and Bonyth is pushing straight towards the threat here, right towards the production line of this Terran player. Will he be able to get on top of the production and end this game now? And will it even end with more factories being built in the top right-hand corner? Generally, that is just it. Once the Terran player has lost their main production line, but we'll see. He's acting a bit like a Protoss player now, hiding bases in corners of the map and building up more gateways instead, in this case, factories, to just sustain here and keep alive to continue this game on even further. +3 upgrade is now on the way on either side. +3 in the air and +3 for these Goliaths. That CC will be taken down. Not going to brave the high ground here, though. Instead, rotating towards this third base, which is wide open. Still, not quite aware, I think, of this top right. In fact, is not scouted up there for quite some time. Likely he'll end up scouting that in a moment with this observer. But for the time being, still unawares of the situation. He believes he's clearing out the game at this point, just ending this game, but in fact, it's TY who is sitting pretty. A Vulture makes his way down here with 3 kills, finishing off even more probes. Still with 39 workers, you can hold a reasonable economy and keep the game going for a very long time with this many carriers. All he needs is money for interceptors, and he can keep this one rolling on. A lot of Vultures being sent out towards that bottom center. Just 3 Dragoons here. Means he might be able to do some damage. Let's see. Dropping mines on top of this. Doesn't seem like Bonyth is paying attention. Those Dragoons will die, and the probes have been pulled back for now. Multiple factories going down in the main. Bonyth has got to be feeling a little bit confused at this point as to what's going on and where the money is continuing to roll in from. Has yet to check that top right, though. I still see the observer parked in that same spot. Not moving towards that direction still. Microing here with the carriers, 7 of them. Wreaking havoc on top of all of these Goliaths. The Dragoons are pushing into the main base, and he's starting to make some progress. Can he target down the one low HP carrier? He does manage to kill that. But with only 5 Goliaths left, is there any hope of holding on to this main? I think he may just be able to shove in on top of all of this stuff and really begin to put an end to this production line. Still, more Vultures and Goliaths making their way southward. He's suddenly going to find that a line of Goliaths making its way into his 6 o'clock base. No more mining for Bonyth as he loses the 6 o'clock. Uh-oh. 400 minerals in the bank. He's going to have to do it with this supply alone. Can Bonyth make this work? There's still a ton of Goliaths up here. Supply depots are going to start to die and will need to be replaced. He can fly over and potentially just gun down this command center. I don't care how many turrets you build over here. That command center will die when Bonyth says so. I'm gonna fly in now and spot this base. Looks like the observer's been moved, but I'm not sure that it's scouted top right just yet. Come in and start to gun down all of these Goliaths. Goliath's gonna look for some kills. If he can kill any of these carriers, it might just be over for Bonyth. Oh my gosh, this one is so low. Oh, it goes down with that final missile barrage. That is so painful. He's going to come up onto the high ground and see the bad news now. There are turrets everywhere and Goliaths being made from this location. Ooh, the mines connect there. That's so frustrating. Another carrier about to go down. He will get it. No, 5 HP. Oh my goodness, 5 HP is crazy. He's going to go after that one carrier. You better believe it. He's going for it. He doesn't get it. Go after the carrier. Oh, he gets the carrier. Was so close. Now with just 3 carriers remaining, is there a hope for TY? Can TY make this work? Oh, he's losing every single Goliath. The moment this pops out, he's going to kill. Oh no, there's another armory over here still. There's another armory. Another armory in the top right-hand corner. That's going to make it impossible for him to end the Goliath production. He's moving this way with a group of Dragoons, but we've got Vultures stopping the long-distance mining over here. Gotta stay on top of these factories, prevent the Goliath number from building up, or he will end up losing this game. He's going to work on the factories now. Gonna kill one. One factory down. Can he kill all of these factories with just 3 carriers remaining? It's a long shot. He's gonna give it his all. 6 Goliaths in production. I'm not even sure where those are all at. Oh, over here. There's some Goliaths over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 Dragoons on high ground. 1 carrier is going to go down. The carrier falls. That might just be it. With only 2 carriers left, I think his hopes are running out here. He's going to continue to micro endlessly at this base, just trying desperately to end this. Can he get the kill on this other factory? Another factory is about to go down. Still vultures out on the map being annoying, not allowing him to mine. He could potentially mine from the 6 o'clock, but he doesn't want to risk his few remaining probes. It might become important later on. The SCVs are now actually quite an issue. Kill that, kill that. Oh, is he going to get 1 more Goliath out? That's crazy. He got 1 more Goliath out. Goliaths are still fighting here. Can he target down a Dragoon or 2? He gets 1. A couple more shots. Can he get the carrier? There's a 27 kill carrier with 28 HP. This is absolutely ridiculous. Pandemonium here. Will he actually be able to win this game? He's so close. He's so close to killing off these last 2 carriers. TY is about to do it, but he just can't quite get a couple more hits on that carrier. And another factory will indeed end up falling. More Dragoons headed out on the map. I wish you would just pick those up in the shuttle. Such a risk to just walk them across the map when there's the potential for mines out on the map. In fact, there are mines there. And he'll probably walk into that as well. Oh, God. Oh, he actually targets the mine. That's big. Diving on top of this. Oh my gosh, he loses the Goliath before he can get the kill. That's so funny. Oh my God, 1 more hit. It does go down. 1 more carrier left alive. And I think that is indeed it. These Goliaths can eventually overwhelm. In fact, with this rally of Goliaths from bottom, from this base over here, I guess that's from top left. I guess he will just barely do it. 2 Zealots in the bottom left. I don't know how long those have been chilling there, but I'm sure that he's upset about it. And GG is finally called. You've got to be kidding me. What a game. What a game. Delicious TVP. Nom 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 nom. Very, very good one. Thank you so much to Bonyth for playing this one out. This one was crazy, and it looks like he was actually making wraiths as well. So plans upon plans. He was ready for the next stage of this game. Just in case the Goliaths didn't work out, he was going to get some wraiths in there to deal with it. It's too bad that Bonyth didn't have enough cannons to deal with the counterattack of Goliaths and vultures. Cannons on high ground, you've never seen anything more pathetic in your entire life. Goliaths and vultures trying to kill cannons on high ground. It's crazy. And as you can hear, I'm starting to lose my voice, guys. I'm gonna have to cut it short here. That's just how it has to be. The round of 16 begins tomorrow in the ASL, guys, and I've just reached 1,000 uploads, so I suppose this might be 1,001. Thank you to everyone who supported over the years. And if you have the ability to do so, you could go down and join my membership for this month and this month only, up until the end of September. Every time you buy a membership, Google has to give me $4. That's the deal that I accepted when I finally opened the memberships. So help me get some of that Google money and help support a Broodwar creator. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.